So many people live within unhappy circumstances, and yet they will not take the initiative to change their situation. They are conditioned to a life of security, conformity, and conservatism, all of which appear to give one peace of mind. But in reality, nothing is more dangerous to the adventurous spirit within a man than a secure future. The very basic core of a man's living spirit is his passion for adventure. I believe the joy of life comes from encounters within new experiences, and hence there is no greater joy than to have an endlessly changing horizon, and for each day to have a new and different sun. Before we begin the story, I want to preface that this was not something I just did overnight. In fact, for the past 3 years I had been dreaming this up. But if you're old enough to know, life gets pretty busy. And if you're lucky, it's because you're making money. After college, I decided to forget the 9-to-5. My plan was to freelance photography for a few months until I had saved up enough to travel on my own across the country. At a certain point, a few months turned into 6, and 6 months turned into a year. And a year turned into me moving to another city and starting a job. And the next thing I knew, I hadn't traveled except for work, and work was all I knew. With the second winter right around the corner, I knew it was my last chance to make this happen. So, I left my job, spent most of the money that I'd saved on a tent to go atop my car, packed my things, and left. Where to? Well, that was obvious for me. Somewhere west. With 1,000 miles ahead of me, everything I ever knew in my rear view, and no idea when I would be returning, I made the trek 16 hours across I-70, through acres of corn, soybeans, and the most amount of wind turbines I'd ever seen in my life. Some would call me crazy, but I spent the majority of it in silence. No, I'm not a serial killer. This was just the first time in a long time that I had nothing to do, nothing going on around me, and nobody needing my attention. The first time in a long time that time didn't exist. I arrived in Denver just in time to meet my friend Tommy, who happened to be passing through on a road trip himself. We broke bread over some authentic noodle bowls, reminisced on memories from college, and daydreamed about simple mountain living. Tommy is now living in the mountains working at a ski shop and is on the slopes every day. Kudos to you, Tommy. I had someone very special visit me to kick off my journey. My girlfriend, Maddie. The next 48 hours were spent trying all the best foods in Denver, mural hunting, and we landed tickets to one of our dream concert venues.
We're Red Rocks!
Red Rocks Amphitheater, where we saw soon to be one of our favorite artists, Sierra Farrell. We did what any sane traveler would do, and we made grilled cheese in the parking lots before the show. We got a lot of stares, a couple dads asking about the grill that I was using, but most importantly, we cracked a little fear of being the odd ones out. It was the perfect dinner to kick off an unforgettable show. The next day, we explored the home of Coors Light and took tubes down the river of Golden, Colorado. This is where the real adventure begins. We drove into the mountains. Just us, the trees, and a few nasty dance moves.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do
But there was
for
one
others
thing that we didn't prepare for.
others do for you. May you
What did we just do?
So Cooper, for the past 3 days, has been like, you gotta trust me, I know what I'm doing. And then we drive 30 minutes all the way up and down and up and down. And we get to the campsite and we don't have any water. So we had to go down to find this little town called Netherland, which was so cute. I'm so happy we went. And we got some water. That was like 2 hours ago. Just made it. But it's okay, because we wouldn't have gotten this campsite because there was people here last time.
Facts. Or seeing the town of Netherland.
Yeah. Yay.
The next 2 days were spent in nature, chefing up campsite creations, running through the woods, dancing, fishing, and reminding ourselves of how important it is to stay forever young. There's something about being in nature with someone you love that brings out the child in you. I think far too often we take life too seriously. I mean, when was the last time you ran barefoot through the woods or hugged a tree? This time away from the city and all the noise was something that we didn't know we needed to rekindle with ourselves, our relationship with each other, and our relationship with the world around us. Richard Branson once said, "If happiness is the goal, and it should be, then adventure should be a top priority." But every adventure has to come to an end. And it was time Maddie's adventure took a pause. This is where the next chapter of my story starts. The one where I drive into the mountains with nothing but what I could fit into my car and enough food and water to get me by for a few days. With no direction, no plan, and no idea when I would be returning home. Was I nervous? A little bit. But this is something I had been dreaming about for years. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I was excited. So excited. There's a weird feeling you get when you know you'll miss something, when you know you'll be without human connection for a while. But usually in life, the things that bring you the most discomfort are the things that you need.
Up. Alright, we copped a couple things from Goodwill. Do a quick haul, nothing crazy. They had like no jackets, which I was kind of bummed about. Little fleece shirt there. One basically the same, just long sleeve, some layers, and some long underwear. These are gonna keep me warm tonight. Alright, heading to the mountains.
I spent my first night alone overlooking a mountain that, to my unknowing, was the deadliest mountain in the Rockies. My plan? Climb the mountain with no recent climbing experience. My goal? Catch some nice views. Before then, I needed to acclimate to the elevation and my tent. After a sunrise breakfast, I headed into Rocky Mountain National Park.
All right, folks, we've made it into Rocky Mountain National Park. Finally, I got my timed entry, the America the Beautiful Pass, and we're about to go hit Chapin Pass.
To warm up for Longs' 14,000 foot peak, I tested my acclimation on a 13,000 foot peak.
Staying warm up here?
Yeah, it's been a little cold. It's so windy.
Awesome.
If you happen to see a radio by any chance,
on
when
the
you
ground.
hang out, would you mind picking it at the trailhead?
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you.
Did you just drop it somewhere?
I know I left it. I either left it on Chiquita or between Chiquita and Epsilon. Big black radio.
All right, yeah, sounds good. I've got a super random thing. I'm a photographer, and I'm doing a little project that just like talking to strangers is one of like my big things that my mom taught me. It just helps you out in life. So I'm taking pictures. I've got like a little mini cam, and I've been asking strangers if I can just take their portrait. Like anywhere I talk to them.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I take your portrait?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Cooper, what's your name? Heather? Nice to meet you. Have a good hike down. Appreciate
Yeah, have a
it.
good hike.
And if I find that radio, I'll just leave it at the trailhead. We made it to the top of Mount Chiquita. Oh, we're at about 13,000 feet elevation. 10 minutes later, look what I find, chat. Look what I find, a big old fat juicy radio. Hey! Next we're heading up to that mountain.
The next 2 days I spent admiring heaven on earth. It was the freest I'd felt in a very long time. Every breath felt like my first, every view felt like my last, and I couldn't believe that it had taken me so long to get here. I couldn't believe I'd gone so long without these views, these animals. I even created a little game called Compliment Everyone You Can on the trail.
Imagine hats looking good. Yo, we got the camcorder. That's sick, dude. Go Braves. Yes, sir. Man, that is a cool backpack. I like that thing. Yeah. I bet it keeps the sun off the face, doesn't it? All right, Richard, you ready? All right, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, man. So small, but yeah, you look great, man.
All right. And in case you wondered how to spell,
All right, Richard. God bless.
bye-bye.
That's sir.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Can I get you? Can I get you?
No way. I like your flowers. Those are awesome. Oh, y'all are gonna get some amazing pictures up there. I whipped out the 600 zoom on them. Oh no. Man, y'all are just outdressing everyone out here. Looking good.
All of this was in preparation for a hike that I really wasn't prepared for. I even bought a helmet. A construction helmet.
Let's go, baby. Longs Peak. See you next. How do I get started with the concrete? Terrifying. High points, horses, ridges, campfires. Take shelter in little pockets away from the trail. Good to know. First snack of the day. Around an hour and a half. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Getting windy. All right, wind is picking up here. I don't know if you guys are able to see this. Oh, come on. Sun's starting to rise. All right, made it to the boulder fields. Just perfect timing as the sun's coming up. Our final descent or ascent to the keyhole and see what's going on up there. Ready to go, baby. see you guys at the top.
Yeah.
Whoa, all right. Hey, right here, brother.
We're gonna do it.
Let's go, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it up this.
Yeah, I think so.
And then
Let's full travel.
probably up and around.
Yeah.
All right.
Do any rock climbing?
Not since I was like 10 years old, dude. There's a nice path right up through here. Check that out. Walls are in Colorado. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Probably. No. All right. We made it to the home stretch. It's about straight up, looks like to me. Let's go, boys. But I knew I wanted to do some shit like this, and I knew straight up right now. I'm not setting any records today, so. Go. Yeah. Come on, Hall. Let's go, baby. Woo! Fuck yeah, dog. Come on. Bring it in. Let's go, crazy.
First one, baby.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. First 14er in the books. Oh. Oh. That might be as good as I get there. Oh. Oh. I'm taking, I'm doing a project where I'm taking pictures of people I meet out here. So, would love to take your portrait. Good stuff, dude. Good stuff.
Good to see you here.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. Fuck yeah. Let's go, boy. Oh. So good to sit down. Wow. Oh, wow. Woo. Oh. I gotta figure out what I'm doing.
I drove through the night and ended up in an unknown location.
That folds down pretty nice.
Yes, sir. They make it nice and easy on me.
Yeah. Is it pretty good for sleeping too, or?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm a little, I'm like pretty much the exact like height of it.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm kind of diagonal on
Yeah.
it. But yeah, it's not too bad.
First, I had to figure out exactly where I was. I'd spent the night on the outskirts of Medicine Bow Peak National Forest. I was kind of dazed and confused. I'd spent the day before hiking from 3 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then driving until 12 a.m. At this point, I was due for a real shower and a laundry change. I ended up stopping in a town in western Wyoming called Laramie, the home of University of Wyoming. This was the first time on the trip that I'd really felt the "you're not from around here" vibe. That was alright, because I wasn't. I also had no idea that wild horses just roamed around Wyoming freely.
Some wild Mustang. drill.
The next day I drove into the forest with a mission to climb another mountain. It was beautiful, and I had regained my energy.
You got a stick. What's up, Charlie? Medicine Bow Peak. Let's freaking go, baby. Here we go into a little bit of boulder field action. Following these.
Medicine Bow Peak. The highest point in the snowy range of Medicine Bow National Forest. Most of the year, it's covered in snow, but I'd come just in time to see the lakes before they froze up again.
That's a cool camera, man.
You live in the area?
No, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try to get the view here. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you guys are amazing. And it was Kathy and Jim?
And Cooper.
Yes, good. Nice to meet you guys. Yeah.
Have a good trip.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys too. Cool. Alright, wait, what are y'all's names?
Eva.
Eva? Shariah. Alright. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I can get one on your camera too.
At this point, I knew exactly where I was headed. It felt like a scene out of The Hobbit. I was rejuvenated by the sun and the beauty surrounding me.
Come on, man.
And of course, I took a dip in the glacier water before I left.
Woo! Oh, yeah, baby. Woo!
What's up, buddy?
Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry.
I hung out with Charlie the dog and Kat the van adventurer before heading west again. I bathed off in a natural hot spring and enjoyed the stillness of Middle Wyoming. That night, I had a wild dream. I dreamt that my buddy from college had called me and was catching a flight from Vegas overnight to meet me in Wyoming. As I woke up, I thought to myself, that would be really cool to have someone join me in the Tetons. Well, my dreams had come true. Charlie did in fact call me at 2 a.m. to come see me.
Finished packing up camp. And packing my car because I've got a visitor coming. His name is Charlie Marks.
The only problem was, he landed in an hour, and I was a 5-hour drive away. So, after a long, flat drive across the state, I finally made it to Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Hey, what up, brother? What's up? What the fuck are you doing in Wyoming, dude?
I don't know. I just got here.
Oh yeah.
All right, boys, spending tonight in the hotel room. Look who decided to come out. My good buddy Charlie Marks.
Here.
He's here from Vegas.
Yeah. Yes.
Hotel breakfast. We grabbed a free hotel breakfast and went to explore. We spent day one hiking Phelps Lake on a search for the jumping rock. It was the most refreshing dip I had taken all trip. After a long hike and barely dodging a thunderstorm, we went hunting for the best view of the Tetons that we could find.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than catching up with a friend after a long time over a cold glass of whiskey. Except doing it while watching the sunset behind the Tetons. Day 2, we discovered another lake and another rock to jump off of. After some convincing, I finally convinced Charlie to endure the wind and dive in with me. Time seemed to feel slow when I was alone, but it flew when I was with Charlie. I guess I was having fun. Another glass of whiskey and a game of cards, and Charlie was gone. Just like that. On my own again. There was that feeling again. I couldn't describe it perfectly if I tried. A mix between nervous, sad, and excited. Maybe that's what they call loneliness. It was a little uncomfortable, so I found another glacier lake to jump in. My time in the Tetons was short, but the memories will last forever. I knew I would be back, but tomorrow it was time for a change of scenery. honest, it is getting hard to get out of bed. I think it's just too cold, man. Oh, it's like nothing feels better than being up in this sleeping bag. And then I gotta head somewhere warmer. It's ridiculous. Alright, peace chat. It was a little flatter in Idaho, but the good news was there was no fire restriction. This was the first time in 2 weeks I'd been able to make a fire. It was time for a reset. I did laundry, I got some work done, and rekindled with being on my own again. There wasn't much to do in eastern Idaho, so I left. It sounded like Utah had some pretty cool stuff to see, so I went.
Headed to Lava Hot Springs, Idaho. And on into Utah, where I'm freaking stoked.
Sometimes in life, things aren't the most exciting. To that I say, go find something that gets your heart pumping a little faster and get going on that way. I had heard from an old couple that I met living out of their camper that I could spend a year in Utah and not see everything. They suggested Salt Lake, Moab, Zion, and about 10 other spots that I'll save for another chapter in my life. Salt Lake was a cool city, and it's so awesome that people get to live right next to waterfalls like this. The drive from Salt Lake to Zion was long. About 300 miles down I-15, with not much to look at but desert and a few rock formations. After 5 hours of driving and running through fields, I finally made it to the sanctuaries. I don't think anything could have prepared me for the mountains that I was about to walk the next day. I had never been any place like it.
How are you today?
Doing great. No, I was gonna ask if you had one for me. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Good
You too.
It was indeed a sanctuary.
It's a big ass rock. God damn.
Just a minute before you leave, girl. Just a minute before you touch the door. What is it you're trying to achieve, girl? Maybe we can just talk about it some more. You know the streets are filled with vipers that lost all ray of hope. You know it's not even safe no more in the palace of the Pope. Don't fall apart on me tonight. I just don't think that I could handle it. Don't fall apart on me tonight. Yesterday's just a memory. Tomorrow's never what it's supposed to be. And I need you, yeah.
Angel's Landing it is, baby. I managed to secure a hiking spot at Angel's Landing, the center of Zion, with a full 360 view of the entire park. They only give out about 400 permits a day. Turns out I was pretty lucky to get one the day before.
I like your arm sleeve, man. That's sick. Yeah.
Away, and I'm not gonna take you there.
Take a screenshot of it here.
And then if you have an ID,
Maybe I'd have saved some lives.
you are all set.
All right, thanks so much.
Maybe I'd have done some good.
Oh, sick, dude.
Instead of burning every bridge I crossed. Don't fall apart on me tonight.
Oh. Huh.
I just don't think
Wow.
I could handle it.
Oh.
Don't fall apart on me tonight. Yesterday is just a memory. Tomorrow's never.
Where are you from? You got an accent.
Australia.
Oh, cool.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from Tennessee.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Are you on vacation or just visiting?
Yeah, we're on a trip.
Sweet. Enjoy the U.S., guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you might not know exactly how I feel.
And keep the stash going. I don't care what she says. It looks awesome.
She digs it.
Yeah.
On the trail, I got offered an interesting opportunity in Moab, which was across the state. I had 48 hours to get there, and this was something that I could not pass up.
man? I'll take a map.
But I know that I can't move.
So I cut my Zion trip short and booked it east, another 400 miles. And I passed through some really amazing national forests. I know man has never stepped foot on Mars, but if you wanted to know what Mars was like, he'd just pass through Utah.
I found out less than 24 hours ago that I'm gonna be base jumping Moab today, so I'm on my way. It is 9 in the morning and about to start a little hike up to one of these cliffs that we're gonna be jumping off of today. So let's go, baby. I've never done something like this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Is this the right spot?
Yeah. Look cool.
All
Couple more little shuffle steps.
Yeah.
All right.
Get on up to the edge
Yep,
there.
that's good.
Okay.
Hang them big ass feet off the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
boy.
right.
Dude, that was
Woo!
easy.
All right,
Yeah.
Mitch. Holy crap.
A little different than Nebraska.
Yeah.
Or no, Nashville.
Nashville.
Little the same.
Little different than Nashville. Yeah, same thing. Wow. What a view, man.
All right, you didn't know you were doing this till yesterday.
I did not. Holy crap. Man, I think a lot of people live in fear, man. Fear is meant to be faced, isn't it?
It is. We're gonna face it.
Let's do it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, man. Join me on that countdown.
All right. Let's go, Mitch.
5, 4.
3, 2, 1. Woo! Yeah! Yeah, dude! Woohoo! Oh, let's go, baby! Nice! Oh, this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. That was awesome. Wow. Thanks, man. Dude, appreciate you, dog.
We're looking good here.
Oh, that was epic.
All right, legs up.
All right. Oh, a little ab workout there.
Go!
Ooh, yeah. Nailed it. Smooth landing, brother. Let's go. All right.
One more flip. Woo!
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
Oh, that was epic. Nice.
Sorry, mom and dad. Grandparents are gonna love to see that one.
Poor grandparents.
Yeah. Just jumped off that cliff right there. Oh, that was freaking epic. Shout out the boys, Nick. Let's go, Mitch. Appreciate it, man. Hell yeah, that was awesome, guys.
John is in the basement mixing up the medicine. I'm on the pavement thinking about the government. The man in a trench coat, badge out laid off, says he's got a bad cough, wants to get it paid off. Look out, kid, it's something you did. God knows when, but you're doing it again. You better duck down the alleyway looking for a new friend. The man in a coonskin cap and a pig's pen wants $11 bills. You only got 10.
The next few days I spent doing what I did best, waking up in insane places, running through valleys, and awakening my inner child.
Walk on your tiptoes, don't tie no bows. Better stay away from those that carry around a fire hose. Keep a clean nose, wash the clean clothes. You don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. Oh, get sick, get well, hang around the inkwell, hang bell. Hard to tell if anything is gonna sell. Try hard, get bought, get back, ride trail, get jail, jump bail. Join the army if you fail. Look out, kid, you're gonna get hit by losers, cheaters, six-time users, hanging around the theaters. Girl by the whirlpools, looking for a new fool. Don't follow leaders or watch your parking meters. Oh, get born, keep warm, short pants, romance. Learn to dance, get dressed, get blessed. Try to be a success. Please her, please him. Buy gifts, don't steal, don't lift. 20 years of schooling and they put you on the day shift. Look out, kid, they keep it all hid. Better jump down a manhole, light yourself a candle. Don't wear sandals, try to forge your scandals. Don't want to be a bum, you better chew gum. The pump don't work cause the vandals took the handle.
After a month on the road, I was about out of money. It was time for me to head back. But I had two things that I needed to do before I drove back across the country. I needed to put myself through another physical feat. Mount Sneffels, another one of Colorado's 58 14,000 foot peaks. Known for falling rocks, afternoon thunderstorms, and fatal ledges.
Gravity fails and negativity don't pull you through.
Locked. Oh God. Gets really rocky. It's a pretty clear trail, but Mount Sneffels got me Mount Sniffling up here. Pull on your ankles here, cool. And the poles are kind of helpful, but I keep getting stuck. I don't want to break these bad boys. We're about 1,300 feet of elevation gain. At this point behind me, or in front of me, it's pretty straight up past 200, 300 foot elevation, but right now it's pretty much all just screwy. Thinking about putting my spikes on, but I think I'm fine right now. Yeah. You see it moves pretty good. So poles are helpful right now. Helmet might go on soon too, but we'll see.
And she takes your voice and leaves you howling at the moon.
All right, first time. Yeah.
It's tough. It's all tough.
Go.
Oh, shit, no, my wife is a fucking database. I mean, we've been together for 35 years, and she still remembers things that I did the first day we met. Oh,
Cool.
You better go back to from where you came. Because the cops don't need you and
Holy
they
shit.
expect
Two pretty good sized rocks, just fill off that. All right, glad I got the helmet on.
all the authorities. They just stand around and boast.
Oh, well, definitely not the way down. Or up. Alpine ice. Number. Oh, it's a pretty good climbing, it looks like. I don't know if I want to do this. I need the poles here. And you really gotta pull yourself up this. Oh, it seems really sketch. Fuck it, we're doing it. Here we go, boys. Oh shit. Haha. Yeah. Oh. Woo. Let's go. Not excited to go down that, but yeah, I left my pole, so have to go back down that way. Whew. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? Going down? See that little rock poking out? I went down in between that because that's the way, that's what it said. It was kind of sketchy though. Like I had to pull myself up over, and there was a ledge, so I'm a little worried about going down. But I left my poles there, so I have to go back that way. Awesome, man. What's your name? Sam? Cooper. Yeah, nice to meet you, man. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Woohoo! Yeah. Hey. Oh, nice. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we did it. Oh. Yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone.
Let's go.
If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming.
Alright, I kinda have to swing my body around. I don't know if you guys can see this here. Oh, I'm up here. Relax, I like it. Hey. Woohoo. Alright. Woo. Yeah. Let's go. Oh. That was my fall there. And that's what camp is. I'm gonna move down a little faster. Whoa! I like skiing, boys. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Yeah, my car's not too much farther down. I got about halfway up and I was like,
the battle outside raging will soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changing.
14er number 2 was in the books. With that under my belt, I headed to my final destination. The one that I had been the most excited about since the day that I left.
And don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changing. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be fast.
we have made it to Great Sand Dune National Park. Super stoked. Got myself a sandboard and a reservation for some backcountry camping. So I'm sleeping on the dunes tonight, baby.
They are a-changing.
All right, we're 0.6 miles in, and I just realized I left my sleeping bag in my car or in my tent, and I'm supposed to get down to like 36, 35, 38 tonight. Just trying to figure out a game plan, because got some peaks behind us, and then I gotta go all the way back over there. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna climb the top of this peak. I'm gonna set up my tent, and then I'm just gonna board back down and figure out the board. Head back to the car and make my trek back. Wow. Hell yeah. Oh, here's another one. Woo! Cool. That's Air Force right there, baby. Headed on over to Colorado Springs. All right, we made it to the peak somewhat. It's not the tallest one, but it's gonna do. All right, about to set up the tent and then head out and back down 0.8 miles through the sand. Fuck yeah. Oh, dude, control on this is not gonna be pretty. Woohoo! I don't like how that looks, but it's gonna have to do. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Yeah, there it is. Things kind of suck, dude. All right, see a tent up there. This one's nice and steep. Yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Well, it's anticlimactic. Yeah. Here we go. Home now. Oh. Yeah. Woo! Oh. Yeah. Oh. Ah. Oh yeah. Here we go. Ah, come on. Just gotta ride it straight down like a G. Alright, back where we started. This bitch. Oh yeah, we are taking off. That's awesome. Has she been out here before?
No, this is the first time out.
What's up, girl?
They're pretty good on the sand.
Hey, look at you, look at you. I think I took the dumb way up. What's up, buddy? Hi. Oh, you and Dude would be friends. That's my, yeah, that's my cat's name. All right, made it back up to the tent. Holy shit. That was a hike, but we're gonna get a crazy sunset, boys. And I cannot be more excited.
God, it hurts.
Come on.
You may be an ambassador to England or France. You may like you might like to dance. You may be the heavyweight champion of the world.
Oh, yeah.
You may be a socialite with a long finger pulse, but you're gonna have to serve somebody.
Finally.
Yes, indeed. You're gonna have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe a rock and roll addict dancing on the stage.
After a cold and windy night on the sand dunes, I drove 3 hours back up to Denver, where I met one of my best friends from home, JJ.
Look who I done pulled up on.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Big lawn.
He had flown into Denver to make the drive back to Tennessee with me.
Well, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody.
A 16-hour drive gave me a lot of time to reflect on my adventures, and having somebody to spend it with made time go by a lot faster. Besides a full car to unpack and a tent to clean out, I had no idea what lied ahead of me, but I knew that things were going to feel a little different.
But you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yes, you are. You're gonna have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Maybe a construction worker.
Driving through my neighborhood again, I felt something that I still can't describe. It was a mix between nostalgia and jamais vu. It was something that felt so familiar, but at the same time, felt like I had never been there before. My perception of reality had changed, but I wasn't sure how yet. It was time to go back to a place that I once knew and write the next chapter of my life, with a slightly different lens of what my story could become.
You may be a preacher, spiritual pride. Maybe a city councilman taking bribes on the side. Maybe working in a barber shop, you may know how to cut hair. And maybe somebody's mistress, maybe somebody's heir. But you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yes, you're gonna have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Might like to wear cotton, might like to wear silk, might like to drink whiskey, might like to drink milk, might like to eat caviar, you might like to eat bread. Maybe sleeping on the floor, sleeping in a king-size bed, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yes, indeed, you're gonna have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil, or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Now, you may call me Terry, or you may call me Timmy. You may call me Bobby, or you may call me Zimmy. You may call me RJ, you may call me Ray. You may call me anything, no matter what you say.
All right. Backpack number one. Got a tortilla and old smoke or hickory smoke flavored tuna. Not really a tuna guy.
Here you go, Chad. Made it to the top of Mount Chacoya. Mount Chacoya, baby.
Sometimes you gotta run through the storm to get to the destination. Hey, you. Yeah, you, man. You in there. Wake up. Dude, you gotta come see the world, man. You gotta come see places like this. Check this out, bro. Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow. The Grand Tetons, baby. Oh.